Perfect synchronization, boundless energy, live vocals that just don't quit. That's what we see every time SB19 hits the stage. It's a level of polish so complete, so seemingly effortless, it almost feels like magic. We see the blinding lights, the explosive choreography, and the roaring crowds. We see the final product. Five performers, moving as one, delivering world-class stages that have rightfully earned them the title of PPOP Kings. Their performances in tracks like Damn are a masterclass in control, precision, and raw power. Every transition is seamless. Every beat is hit with a sharp, intentional movement, and their stamina seems limitless. It's a spectacle of excellence that has captivated millions and set a whole new standard for performance in the Philippines and beyond. When I first watched them live, this was the exact feeling I had. It didn't register as impressive at first. It registered as unreal, like you're watching something that shouldn't be possible for human bodies to sustain. And that's usually the first clue that there's a deeper system underneath what we're seeing. But this is how they get there. In the quiet, unglamorous hours inside a dance studio, far away from the applause, everyone sees the flawless performances. But almost no one notices the quiet habit that makes them possible. It isn't some secret techniques or a stroke of genius. It's something far more mundane, far more repetitive, and far more powerful. So what is it the single practice ritual that turns boring consistency into SB19's greatest competitive advantage? It's a mindset purge in their earliest days, a system that sets them apart from almost everyone else. And this is the part most people scroll past because it's not flashy, there's no drama here, no instant payoff, but every elite performer I ever studied has this exact pace hidden behind their success. When we see a performance as intricate and demanding as Dom or Gento, our minds look for an easy explanation. The first is usually natural talent. We assume some people are just born with it, an innate gift from rhythm and stage presence. The second is hard work, a generic term we use for the long hours we know they put in. And while talent and hard work are definitely part of the equation, they don't tell the whole story. Their reality is far less glamorous and way more revealing. I used to believe this too, that some groups just have it and others don't. But once you start pulling the curtain back, you realize how lazy the explanation really is. Talent is just a starting point. Many talented groups exist, but few achieve the level of microscopic synchronization that has become SB19's signature. Their movements aren't just in time with the music, they are in time with each other, down to the angle of hand or the snap of head. This isn't just talent, it's engineering. It's a deliberate construction of unity. Build piece by tedious piece. This is where it clicks for me. You don't accidentally line up different personalities to move like a single organism. The level of unity has to be manufactured, and hard work is just too vague. Every artist works hard, but what does the work actually looks like? Simply repeating a dance for hours can lead to fatigue and ingrained mistakes. The key isn't the quantity of hours, but the quality and the method within those hours. This is uncomfortable to admit because it means effort alone isn't enough. Effort without structure actually wastes time. The story of SB19 is not about shortcuts. It's a story of process. Before they were selling out arenas, there were trainees at Show Beauty. a Philippine branch of a Korean entertainment company. It was here that a foundational philosophy was instilled in them. Their former CEO, Jun Sung Han, has mentioned that philosophy of making them practice a song up to 1,000 times until it was impeccable. However, this wasn't a rigid, top-down system. In an interview, Pablo revealed that their experience wasn't a typical K-pop trainee schedule. For the most part, they were left in a room to hone their skills themselves. Pablo, who had some singing knowledge, would teach others, while members skilled in dancing would teach the rest. They essentially became their own mentors, blending a high repetition mindset with a DIY trial and error approach. This is where we find the real secret. This part matters more than people realize. They weren't just trainees. They were problem solvers learning how to fix themselves. The habit that forms the bedrock of SB19's excellence is this philosophy of intense, high volume repetition. The now legendary 1,000 times go up dance practice gives us a glimpse into this mindset. This isn't just about practicing a whole song over and over. It's about isolating a few eight counts, a tricky transition, or a complex formation, and drilling it again and again and again. This is the part most people misunderstand. They imagine mindless repetition. What SB19 does is the exact opposite. This isn't about punishment. It's about something profound in the science of skill acquisition, deliberate practice. This kind of practice requires focused attention and clear goal for what you're trying to improve. By breaking a performance down into its smallest parts, SB19 can focus all their energy on perfecting just seconds of movement. This is why their performances feel clean. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is sloppy. Every second has been interrogated. So why does this actually work? Neurologically, this process builds and reinforces what we call muscle memory. Of course, the memory is in the brain, not the muscles. Each time they repeat a move correctly, the neural circuit for the action gets stronger and faster. This process, called myelination, allows nerve impulses to travel more quickly. After dozens of focused repetitions, the movement starts to shift from the conscious part of the brain, which is slow and takes a lot of effort, to the subconscious, which is fast and automatic. This frees them up to execute incredibly complex choreography without thinking about each step, allowing them to focus on emotion and connecting with the audience. This explains why they can perform with such intensity and still look present. They're not counting steps in their heads anymore. This intense practice also builds what you could call a group muscle memory. Synchronization at this level is about five individuals developing a shared internal rhythm. During these drills, they aren't just practicing their own parts, they're learning each other. They see how can hits move with a certain swag, how style transition with fluidity, or how Josh attack a beat with sharpness. They learn to breathe together and feel the collective energy of the group. This is why replacing a member, even temporarily, would be nearly impossible. The chemistry is embedded, not superficial. This method also creates a culture of objective correction. When a mistake happens on the 17th repetition, it's not a moment of frustration, it's a data point. The group can pause, identify the exact error, and fix it. There's no ego involved. It's about fixing the machine, This intense, focused repetition can be boring. It's a grind. But SB19 embraced this grind from their earliest days. The 1000 times go up challenge was their last ditch effort, a promise to give everything they had. That very dance practice video, a product of this insane repetition, is what went viral and launched their career. They turned the most monotonous part of the process into the most powerful weapon. That's the irony. The thing that almost broke them is the same thing that saved them. So, where do we see the results of this painstaking labor? Everywhere. It's in the DNA of every single performance. Once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Let's look at them. The choreography, crafted by J. Joseph Roncesvalles, is a brutal, high-energy gauntlet that demands absolute precision. There are moments of intricate footwork and rapid fire direction changes that requires every member to be perfectly in sync. The dance break, for instance, involves a canon of movements where members execute the same move fractions of a second after one another. For this to look clean and not chaotic, the timing has to be perfect down to the millisecond. That isn't something you can just feel. It's the direct result of countless repetitions. Miss the timing by even a hair, and the entire illusion collapses. That's how fragile this level of performance really is. Another key example is their use of layered texture. In them, some members may perform a sharp, powerful move while others execute a more fluid one simultaneously. This contrast is visually stunning but incredibly hard to coordinate. High repetition drills allow them to practice these sections until each member can perform their distinct part without being shown off by the contracting movements around them. This is advanced choreography. It's the kind of thing most groups avoid because it's too risky. This training also explains their incredible stamina. Performing high energy choreography while singing live is one of the most physically demanding things an artist can do. By drilling movements until they are automatic, SB19 reduces the mental energy required for the choreography itself. Their bodies are on autopilot, which conserves energy that can then be dedicated to breath control and vocal support. This is why their vocals stay stable. They aren't thinking about the next step. Their bodies already know. This is why their live stages don't sound like survival mode. They sound controlled. The Go Up era is the ultimate proof. The group was on the verge of disbanding and poured everything into that one song. The CEO of their former agency specifically mentioned the goal of practicing the song 1,000 times until it was perfect. It was this relentless dedication that produced the viral dance practice video that caught the world's attention. People didn't just see a well rehearsed dance, they saw a level of synchronization and passion that was undeniable. That video didn't just go viral, it forced people to pay attention. This dedication to the small, repetitive details is what elevates SB19 from a talented group to a world class act. It's an approach that requires immense discipline. If you're getting a whole new appreciation for their works, take a moment to hit the subscribe button. We're going to keep dissecting the strategies that make elite performers great. In the hyper competitive world of pop music, every group is looking for an edge. SB19's greatest competitive advantage is their unwavering commitment to a process that many would find too tedious to maintain. This philosophy of brutal repetition is their silent weapon. Most people quit right here, not because they can do it, but because they don't want to. It's an advantage that compounds. Every hour spent in delivered practice doesn't just add to their skills, it multiplies it. While other groups might focus on learning more new choreographies, SB19 built a foundation so solid that they can master new, more complex routines faster and more efficiently. You can see this in their artistic evolution from Go Up to the ambitious, story driven choreography of Dom. This is what long term thinking looks like in real life. This approach has allowed them to blend the rigorous discipline often associated with the K-pop model with their own authentic Filipino artistry. They write their own music and are deeply involved in their creative concepts, ensuring their work remains true to their identity. This discipline isn't there to stifle their creativity. It's there to provide technical mastery needed to express it without limits. They don't have to worry if they can execute an idea because their training ensures they can execute any idea. This is freedom earned, not given. The biggest takeaway here goes far beyond SB19 or P-pop. It's a universal lesson on excellence. We're obsessed with the idea of overnight success, the viral moment, the stroke of genius. We celebrate the destination but ignore the journey. SB19's story is a reminder that true mastery is rarely built in spotlight. It built in the quiet and glamorous hour of repetition. It built by embracing the boring work that others are unwilling to do. Their success wasn't an accident. It was an inevitability engineered through a system of discipline that turned five talented individuals into an unbreakable, synchronized unit. And honestly, that's what makes their story so powerful. It's not magic, it's earned. The next time you watch an SB19 performance, whether it's just raw power of Dam, the exclusive energy of GENTO, or the hopeful anthem of Go Up, look closer. Look past the dazzling light and the perfect smiles. See the hundreds, if not thousands, of unseen repetitions behind every single moment. See the echo of a quiet dance studio, the ghost of countless trills for a single eight count. You're not just watching performance. You're witnessing the breathtaking result of a quiet habit, a boring consistency that was honed into their greatest competitive advantage. This is SB19's hidden details, and it is the very foundation of their reign. Once you see it, you'll never watch them the same way again. What other detail have you noticed in SB19's journey to the top? What part of their process inspired you the most? Share your thoughts in the comment below. I'd love to read them. And if you enjoyed this analysis, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.